Hello, Facebook. Hello, Instagram. I got on a minute early just so I can get it on the recipe page so then you guys can get in on time. Otherwise, it takes me a while to get it up and for it to show up on my phone. Are you guys excited to get cooking? I'm excited for an apple-licious day with you. We're going to make so many yummy apple things. Okay, what am I looking at? Okay, let's get cooking. So for this video, you're going to need apples because we are making apple brookies. They're like fudgy and so good that when I had them, I'm like, okay, I have to let everybody in on this recipe earlier. Hi, Marie. Thanks for joining. And then we're going to make apple spice cups from my Volume 2 cookbook. Linda Steele, she is so sweet. She suggested that we should make that or the apple chewy bars. So we might have to make that next week. Just have kind of an apple time. Okay, so get this all up. We are live everywhere. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. Megan, hello from Toronto. Hi from Toronto. Hi, Amy. Okay, so we're going to get cooking because then when this goes in the oven, then we could chat some more while we make our second thing. So we're going to start out with the apple brookies because they're just so yummy. Now, you can use either like a shredded apple. I'm going to use apple jam. Hello from Massachusetts. Hi, Maureen from Massachusetts. Thanks for joining. Maureen made this from last week's video. She made this spaghetti squash lasagna for lunch, and she said it was so good. It was really good. I had it for dinner that day. So yummy, so satisfying. Hello from Qualicum Beach, British Columbia. I hope I said that name right, the name of your town. Oh, so fun having you here. Okay, well, we're going to get started here with our apple brookies. So we have our scale, we have all our stuff, and I'm using some apple jam that I actually made from apples last summer, or last fall, and then I made apple jam, and then I froze it in my freezer. It freezes and thaws perfectly. You can find the apple jam recipe in my Volume 3 cookbook in the back, or I have posted it on Pinterest, so you can find it there. Super easy. You pretty much just chop and core the apples, don't even peel it. Add it to a saucepan, let it cook about 10 minutes, medium-high heat until everything gets nice and saucy, and you got apple jam. You can put in a scoop of chia seeds to kind of thicken it, or skip that completely and just put it in a jar, let it cool, and you can freeze it. So this is what I'm going to use for my apple brookies, and maybe a little bit in the apple spice cups. Hi, Aunt Patty. Aw, she said hi, cutie. Thanks, Aunt Patty. Okay, so we're going to grab a bowl. We're going to turn our scale on. Move this over, and then we're going to zero our scale. So we're going to start out, I have my oven preheating at 350. Now all ovens are a little bit different, so I noticed some people, they kind of increase their temperature or they'll increase their cooking time. So you can always do the toothpick method where you put a toothpick in, and when it comes out clean, nothing on it, then it's done. Or you can kind of just poke it, and if it's like the firmness you like. So everybody's oven's going to be a little bit different. So if you want to increase your temperature on your oven or increase the time, try it out. Do it. All right, so we're going to start out with 3 ounces black beans. I know it sounds crazy, a sweet thing with beans in it, but like chickpeas, black beans really just take on the flavor of whatever you put it with. I'm going to turn my sound up here. So I have just a can of black beans that I put in here because I used some already. So I have even the juice in with it. So I'm going to use a fork so it kind of strains the juice because we don't really want it too juicy. Hi, Kathy. Kathy Young, my air fryer friend from Texas. So fun. And Kathy, you can air fry this recipe if you want to also. So you don't even have to preheat your oven. All right, so we're going to do 3 ounces black beans. Just going to keep scooping. Want to get the least amount of juice. You can drain and rinse your beans if you want to. I don't like to do that because it's an extra step. Why when you can just throw it in? So we got 2 ounces, we want 3. 2.7. Perfect, 3 ounces. Oops, it went up, 3.2. We want exactly 3. There we go. Then, my oven is preheated. Then we're going to add 3 ounces banana. You always got to get the banana in. It makes everything sweet and delicious and amazing. All right, so we want 3 ounces, so I'm going to zero my scale. We're just going to add it whole because we're going to mash this. 2.8. 2.3 ounces. Okay, I'm going to grab a napkin because you can't have banana goo on your fingers when you're baking because you might slip on it. Pat Ty from West Virginia. Hi, Pat in Virginia. So glad to have you here. Fern, hi, Natalie. Just received my volume 8. Can't wait to try out some recipes. Ah, Fern, I'm so excited here. I actually have some volume 8s with me today. They haven't all shipped out yet. I have just a couple. So here's what volume 8 looks like. This is what Fern is referring to, volume 8. These are, Kelly designed it. Isn't this pretty? So all my cookbooks now are going to be pictures of food instead of just a solid color. So that's volume 8. These are cinnamon donuts or something, cinnamon something donuts. They're in there somewhere. Yeah, there's tons of yummy recipes in here. The brand new volume 8. All right, so back to our cooking. So now we're going to do, so we have 3 ounces black beans, 3 ounces banana. So now we're going to do some peanut butter. I always like to get a new peanut butter when I cook with you because then it's nice and drizzly and nice on top. Throw that in there. And then we're going to do half an ounce of peanut butter. I'm going to kind of take from the bottom and leave the nice drizzly stuff on top. Ooh, zero the scale. We want half an ounce. 2, 3, 4. Oh, still 4. Half an ounce or 0.5 if you have a scale that does decimals like mine is, which is kind of nice. I kind of like the decimals more than like half an ounce, 1/4 here, 1/4 there, because that can sometimes get confusing. Marie, I just received my volume 7 and 8 today. Yay! It's like Christmas, right? So fun. It's so fun getting packages in the mail, especially when it's like a cookbook, because that's a gift that I'll keep on giving. You can be making those recipes all year round. It's so fun. Oh, I'm so excited for you guys to like dig in and start cooking. All right, so we have our peanut butter. So now we're going to add half an ounce of flaxseed, ground flaxseed. I have already ground this and then I had it sitting in my fridge for a little bit. So I'm going to pour some of this in, half an ounce. Now, you have to be a little cautious with ground flaxseed because around here, we call it X-Flax. This stuff is very high in fiber, and then you're adding it with black beans. So, I mean, if you're a person who, I don't know, has things hit them differently in their systems where it might send you in the bathroom, maybe don't make this on a day where you're going to be out and about the next day or so, because food hits everybody a little differently. Deanna, hi from Florida. Hi, Deanna in Florida. So happy to have you here. So don't eat this like every day because this will cleanse your bodily system real nice if you have a lot of this because of the ground flaxseed and the black beans. But hey, it's a body cleanse, right? It's good for you. It won't hurt you. Okay, then we're going to do a splash of vanilla. Let me grab my vanilla. Where did I put that? I have vanilla. Here it is. So we're going to do a splash of vanilla, just a little sploosh. Or you could measure it, I don't know, do like 1/4 of a teaspoon, 1/2 of a teaspoon, however you want. I'm going to do another little splash. I really like vanilla. It's so yummy. Then we're going to do a pinch of sea salt. I have my pink Himalayan sea salt. That's my favorite. I like the coarse sea salt so you can kind of add more. So now we're just going to mash all this together. We want to kind of mash our black beans. You could wait to put the banana in and use like a hand blender or blend this if you want to. But black beans are so soft that it's really easy just to mash them with a fork. They're easier than chickpeas to mash with a fork. So we're just going to kind of really mash all of this. And hey, who needs a gym membership when you can be squishing black beans all day, right? So you could blend this with a hand blender and then add the banana, or if you're not triggered by blended fruit, go ahead and just blend it all together. But in the original recipe, I just mashed it with a fork. kind of gives it a little bit more of a fudgy texture. And I'll show you what the bowl looks like once I'm done smashing all of this. But I was shocked because I make up these recipes and then I'm like, oh, I wonder if you get the excitement of what is this going to taste like. And when I bit into this and it was so fudgy, I'm like, oh, I have to share this. We are making this Thursday with everybody because who doesn't like fudgy stuff? Now, you could cook this longer if you're not like a cookie dough kind of person where you like things a little raw and like, not raw, but like doughy and soft, because that's what this recipe is. But you could cook it longer until it's like the texture you like. Okay, so we did that. So now you can either lightly oil or line a muffin pan. I'm going to use my little heart things. They're almost like little muffin pans. You could make these as cookies. You could make these as donuts. You could make them as probably even waffles maybe. I'm not sure how that would come out, if it would even come out of the waffle maker or if it would stick. I haven't tried it yet. But be adventurous. Try it. So I'm going to spray my little things. Just a little bit. My spray is running out. Okay. Then I'm going to scoop my mixture into all 4 of these. For me, this made about 4. If you were making muffins, my guess is it would make about 6 muffins. I could be wrong because I haven't made them as muffins yet. I've only made them in the little heart things because I thought I saw my friend Kathy from Texas, my air fryer friend, and she made heart chickpea cookies. And I was like, hey, I want things in heart shapes. They're so fun and cute. Did I forget anything? Okay. Ooh, forgot a very important ingredient. I'm glad I didn't put it in yet. We forgot our baking powder. This just kind of makes things rise. You could skip it if you want, since it is like a powder, and I know that's kind of on, some people are like, oh, you can't use powders. This is baking powder, and I'm not going to be like triggered to go eat this right out of the cupboard. So, and to me, we're using 1/4 teaspoon. That's not like, so we're going to put 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder in and re-stir it all up just so we get it nice and even, because it kind of gives it a little bit of that fluffy texture. Kathy, heart pans are so cute, aren't they? Where on Pinterest do I find the apple jam recipe? So you can find it on my website, weightlossrecipescookbook.com. And then in the menu, it'll say Pinterest recipes. And then you can look through there and you can scroll through each of those. And it should be in there somewhere. Otherwise, it was posted on my Facebook page. But it's really, you just add apples, cut and cored apples. They don't even have to be diced or small. You just add that to a saucepan over medium-high heat. Cook for about 10 minutes till everything gets saucy. That's it. Then you can add like a tablespoon or less of chia seeds to kind of thicken it. But I've done it both ways, and I didn't really notice the difference. So you could do either way. So that's pretty much it. You can do that with almost any fruit and make like a jam. It's so fun. Some people call it a compote, not compost, compote. But yeah, you can find the recipe for that. I did post it because, you know what, I'm human and I forget things. So I had published my Volume 3 cookbook, and people are like, hey, where's the apple jam recipe that it calls for? And I'm like, well, it's in the sauces, seasonings, and sides. And they're like, no, it's not. Here, I forgot to put that whole recipe in the cookbook. So then I redid it and uploaded it with the new one. So if you have Volume 3, it's in there now. Or it's been in there for a while now, so. Okay. Oh, I was going to show you what this looks like. So let me show you here. This is what it looks like. So there are still some hunks of like black beans and stuff, but that's okay because, ooh, it was going to slip out. Because it's going to kind of soften up when you cook it anyways. And Marie, did you add the apples yet? No, I haven't yet. We're getting there. This is where the good part comes in. So now you can either get a separate bowl, but I'm just going to use the same bowl because who likes to do dishes? Okay, so we're going to add our apples, which is 3 ounces apples. So here's the apple jam. I'll kind of show you what it looks like. So it's just kind of like broken down apples. You could do just diced apples if you don't have any apple jam made. but that's just kind of what it looks like. It's not like an applesauce, but you could like dice your apples smaller and then it'll kind of break up more. But my apples, I just kind of cored them, diced them really big, and just threw them in the pot because they'll break down. So we want 3 ounces apple jam or 3 ounces diced apple, whatever you have would work. It might change the texture just a little bit since the just diced apples will be a tiny bit drier. Alright, so we got 3 ounces there. Then we're going to add a splash of rum extract. My friend Linda Steele, she's recommended, hey, try rum extract. It's kind of like buttery, delicious, but you could use almond extract, maple extract, skip the extract, use vanilla, whatever you want to do. So we're just going to add a splash of rum extract because it will cook, the alcohol will cook out. Nancy, that looks delicious. It is. Patty, nice. Thought it might be too runny. No, it's not too runny. It's actually pretty, it's thicker than you think. And if you add just like the little bit of chia seeds, that kind of soaks up all the juices that kind of sit in here. And this has been in my freezer for almost a couple months, and it comes out just perfectly. I've been having it like in my breakfast because I had a couple jars of these. I've been having them in my breakfast for like weeks now, and they're so good. Not like the same jar for a week in the fridge, but how long does apple jam last in the fridge after you make it? So, and why is it called apple jam? Because it's kind of like how you would make a jelly. Let me add this, and then we'll chat while this is in the oven. So we're going to add half a teaspoon of chai spice. So there's no preservatives in the apple jam, so it doesn't last real long in the fridge. I would say like maybe up to 4 or 5 days, or maybe a week. Just kind of look, and if there's like moldy on it, then it's done. But there are no preservatives, so it does not last that long, but you can freeze it perfectly. All right, so we added our half a teaspoon of chai spice. Now we're going to add a pinch of instant coffee, my new favorite ingredient in everything. It gives it, somebody said, who said it? They had the perfect wording. I think it was actually Linda Steele. She is so cute. She said it gives it like depth and aroma. It does. So I'm going to add a big old pinch, or just kind of a pinch. I would say it's about an 1/8 teaspoon of a pinch. Then we're going to add another pinch of salt, because salt brings sweetness out in everything. Then we're going to mix this up. All right, let me look at your comments. Patty, so will you put back in freezer? This jar I probably won't put back in the freezer because I'm going to eat it. But if I wasn't going to eat it, you could put it back in the freezer. I have done it where I take something out, or I take an apple jam out, and then, I notice I'm done with apples for a while or something. Then I have put it back in the freezer, and it's fine. It doesn't get like nasty or anything. All right, so here's our apple jam. Oh, it smells so good. Here's our apple jam mixture. If you can see that, get the lighting right. There it is. It's just kind of a dark, it smells like chai spice and extract. It's so good. Show Instagram. All right, so we're going to take a scoop of each of this, of our apple jam, kind of do like about a fourth, and we're going to put it in the middle of each of our, either if you're doing muffins, you would put a scoop in each of your little muffins, or I'm going to do a scoop in each of my little heart pans. Because I got to be cool like Kathy and make little hearts. All right, just a big old scoop in the middle. Just kind of get a fourth in each. It's fun. I've noticed it's fun like doing layers instead of mixing everything together because it gives it such a different flavor. Even like when I do my oatmeals and yogurts and stuff, I don't like to mix everything together. I kind of like to have it layers on top. Especially like with the yogurt and stuff, because the yogurt just kind of gives it that, I don't know, just having all the different layers is so fun than just having it all smushed and eaten together. All right, so I'll show you what this looks like now. They're so cute. All right, so this is what it looks like. We got our apple jam in the middle, and then we have our brookie part on the outside. I'll show Instagram too. So now, You could have this for lunch. You would skip the shredded wheat on top, because I'm going to skip the shredded wheat because I actually want this for lunch, even though I have started maintenance and then I could add a grain to lunch, but I would rather have my grain with something else. So I'm going to pop these in. Otherwise, what I did in the original recipe was I took shredded wheat and I crushed it and put it on top. I weighed 2 on here, and then I did half an ounce on 2 and then half an ounce on the other 2. Just kind of spread around. But if you have like your thing of muffins, put your whole muffin tin pan. Do you call it a muffin tin or a muffin pan? Put your whole muffin pan on your scale and then just weigh out 1 ounce of shredded wheat. You could do oats if you don't have shredded wheat. I think oats would taste delicious on it too. So I'm going to pop these in the oven because we have everything. We scooped our apple jam on top, or our apple jam mixture. It's so yummy. So I'm going to pop these in the oven, and we're going to cook them for 20 to 25 minutes. The first batch I did was 20 minutes because I like my stuff a little bit doughy and a little bit, I was like a dough person. I'd be like, no, just give me it raw. I'd rather eat it raw and kind of doughy. So let me shove these in the oven real quick. Grab my last 2. Turn my timer on. We're going to do 20 minutes. So I kind of like things, you could cook this a little longer. And Kathy, my air fryer friend, you could air fry this at about like 390 for, I don't know, 15, 20, 25 minutes until it's kind of done. Air fryers are kind of hard to tell if they're done because they'll get done like on the outside and then the inside will be like, ooh, that bottom's not done yet. So you might want to do like 20 minutes and then check it and then maybe do another 20 minutes. What did you just put a pinch of before the salt? I did a half a teaspoon of chai spice. If you can't find chai spice at your store, I have a recipe to make your own chai spice blend on my website, weightlossrecipescookbook.com, and it's in the Pinterest recipe section of the menu. Click there and then you can scroll through and you'll find the chai spice. That's what I put in. You don't have to do chai spice. You could do pumpkin pie spice. You could do just cinnamon and nutmeg or whatever flavors you like. The oven temp is at 350. Kathy, do you bake the shredded wheat or put it on top after they're cooked? I baked it with the shredded wheat because I kind of wanted it to get nice and toasty in there. Oh, Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Thanks for joining. So I cooked it with the shredded wheat. You could put it on after, but I kind of like to push it down just a little bit in there so it kind of would stick to it. I didn't want it falling everywhere when I'm trying to eat it. That's the only bad part about adding it after. Kathy, could you use applesauce? Yes, you could use applesauce if not triggering. I know there are some people for dietary reasons where they can't like have bananas, so they will use an applesauce, an unsweetened applesauce. And if it's not triggering, if you're not like, oh my gosh, all I can think about is this food, you could use that. Or make your own apple jam. It's so easy and it's nice and chunky. The chunks are kind of fun. Robin, no, after the chai rum, but before the salt. Pinch from a big jar. Oh. That was the instant coffee. I did a pinch of instant coffee. This dissolves. You can't just use like regular coffee grounds. I've almost used like half of it up in all my recipes. That's what I put in mine. It gives it not like a, ooh, that tastes like coffee, nasty. It gives it like a depth and aroma and just a really warm, really yumminess. Just a pinch, and it just adds a nice, and it dissolves right in there, so you don't even notice it's in there. That's what I use. Okay, so now we have that in the oven. I wanted to get that in the oven real quick, so then we could, while it's cooking, we can get other things done. We gotta make some apple spice cups. Oh, I think it's somebody from Greece is watching on Instagram and did it in Greek letters. So fun. I don't know how to read Greek, but welcome. This is so fun having you here. You're welcome, Robin. Okay, so now we're going to start on our apple spice cups. I'll show you a picture. You top them with peanut butter. This is what they look like from my Volume 2 cookbook. I cook out of my cookbooks too, because sometimes you just got to go back to deliciousness and start over. So we are going to preheat our oven. Done. Check. Now we're going to mix all ingredients together except peanut butter. So I have another bowl. So we're going to do 3 ounces banana. I have a little bit of banana left over. 0 our scale. We always want to start at 0. Add our banana in. This is the last banana in my house right now. Don't tell anybody because they might fight over it. But I think I might have like a banana or 2 in the freezer somewhere. You got to find it. Bananas are like gold around here. We use them up so much. There's 5 of us in the house, 5 adults, and we eat a lot of bananas. Because really, you practically cook almost everything with bananas. I should have like stock in bananas. I would be rich. Whew, 3 ounces. Perfect. So we want 3 ounces banana. That's half our fruit. Now we're going to do 3 ounces apple. So I'm going to do a mixture. I have a teeny tiny little apple. So I'm going to do 3 ounces of this. We're going to dice this up real small. I have a cutting board here. So I'm going to move this over. Because the original recipe calls for just apple, you could use a mixture of apple jam, or just apple. Yeah, so don't come stealing my apples. These things, or my bananas, they are gold around here. Why not peanut butter? Because we're going to put the peanut butter on top. Nancy made your yogurt cheesecake for my lunch today, topped with wild blueberries. Blueberries. Holy moly, so good. Yay. It's so fun to find other people who like food as much as I do. That is so fun. And that yogurt cheesecake is so good. And it's like shocking because when I first made it, I thought, cheesecake, is this gonna like make me go bonkers and like want to eat everything in the whole house? But since it doesn't have sugar and flour in it, there's not like that crazy monster that wakes up. You just feel like, that was cheesecake. That was like mildly sweet, and it was kind of good because of the banana, but then you're like satisfied after. You're like, that was good lunch, nice and full because you get other foods with it. So fun. But yay, Nancy, I'm so glad you liked it. Okay, so we're dicing our apple. 0 the scale. So this is how I like to dice my apple. So I cut half of it off. Then I'm going to cut this in half. Let's see if I can show you. I'm going to cut it in half this way again, because I want it nice and itsy bitsy little pieces. You could shred your apple also. Shredded apple is actually really amazing in recipes because it kind of gets all the juices out and stuff. It was very filling and satisfying. Yay, I'm so glad. All right, now I'm going to chop it little this way because I have my 2 halves on top. So I'm going to chop it in half this way. Can you see this if I move back farther? There you go. Now you can see it. Just really small, little tiny diced apple. Then I'm going to turn it this way and we're going to chop it again. We want little tiny, teeny little squares. You could do them bigger chunks if you want. It doesn't have to be teeny tiny. And then it would kind of be like more chunky apples, kind of like in my cookbook. I'll show you what it looks like. Just the teeny tiny. Look at just the little teeny tiny squares. That's what we want in our food. Can Instagram see that too? All right, so we want 3 ounces. So I'm going to, can't have anything touching the scale because it changes the weight. All right, so I'm just going to keep adding until I get about 3 ounces. If I use the apple up, then I'll use the rest as apple jam. Chop that in half. We're going to dice this side the same. Little teeny tiny. Ooh, that apple piece just went flying. Get back here. Okay. This one. We want 3 ounces. We're at 2.7, so almost there. All right. I'm guessing this teeny little apple. Ooh, a little bit more than 3 ounces. We have just a teeny tiny bit left. That's okay. We'll leave that there. Where did I have a napkin? Here it is. Okay, so we have our fruit all done in there. Nancy, same. Okay. So then we're going to add we're going to add 2 ounces milk. I like to get whole milk because it's less processed and like touched and like they do less things to it. So it's actually your body absorbs it a little bit better. I try to get it the least amount of tampered with as I can. So this is not homogenized. There's homogenized and pasteurized. This is ultra pasteurized. You can't really get milk unless you go to a farm and get it non-pasteurized. So it kind of kills all the bacteria in it, so you don't really get all the good bacteria and stuff, but you just do the best you can. And I like to use whole milk. To me, it keeps me fuller longer, and it has all the healthy stuff in it. Sweetie, hi from Toronto. I'm so excited. I received my copy of Simply Delicious, the 14-day meal plan today. Can't wait to try your recipes. Yay! Thanks for joining from Toronto. I'm so excited for you to start 14 days of delicious food. I mean, who doesn't like 2 weeks of yummy food? Okay, so I'm going to do 2 ounces milk. If you are a non-dairy person, you could do plant-based milk. You could skip the milk. Whoa, I went way over. I need a spoon to get some of this out. I got like 2.3 ounces. That's way too much. We just want to. Just gonna throw this in here. 2.2. Whoops. Gotta get it exact. 2.1. 2. Okay. So what you do when you accidentally go over, you just scoop it right back out. Okay, then we're going to do 1 egg. Which is exactly 2 ounces. I get my eggs from a farm, so they're always kind of wonky sizes, so I always weigh my egg. So this one was 2 ounces, which is perfect because it's half our protein. Then we're going to add a pinch of each of baking powder. I'm just going to grab this and I'm going to do about a 1/4 teaspoon. You could do less, you could do more. I might do just a little bit less because we don't want it too fluffy. A pinch of baking powder, a pinch of sea salt. I like a lot of sea salt. Then we're going to do 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Just have some nutmeg. Put that in there. Then we're going to do 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Do I have 1/2 teaspoon? No. So I'm going to do 2/4 of teaspoons. So we want 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon. 2 of these. 1/4 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. You could use chai spice. You could do apple pie spice. You could skip it. You could do whatever. This is just a pumpkin spice blend that I put together. You can Google them to get a pumpkin pie spice. It's pretty much cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, ginger, and allspice. I think that's what else is in there. I'm going to do a splash of maple extract. It's not in the recipe, but it'll give it really yummy flavor. Just a splash or 2 little splashes. Okay. Let's see. Pat, I got my volume 2 cookbook today. Oh my gosh, this is like cookbook day. And had the key lime cups for lunch. They were yummy. Ooh, it's like key lime cheesecake for lunch. So fun, yay! Susan, hi Natalie. I mirrored you to my TV so I can watch while I'm using my exercise bike. Woohoo, girl, you're winning. I mean, you're exercising and watching yummy food. That is so fun. I'm so glad to be on your TV. Yay, I feel so big. Go Susan. You can do it. Bike faster. 5 miles. Here you go. That is so fun. I have a whole, like, the half of my living room is like a gym type thing. So I got like an exercise bike, a Bowflex, and just some stuff because we thought, hey, we want our health really important. This was before we decided to change our diet. We thought, we're going to exercise and that's going to make me thin. It didn't. I was exercising and it did nothing for me because I was eating horrible. So then we found this way of eating. But yeah, that is so fun to have like your big TV there. Then it's no excuses, right? You're going to watch TV. You might as well move something. So fun. All right, so now we're going to mix this all together. I have this spoon. I actually want a fork. I'm going to use the fork from the black beans. Just kind of wipe it off. Okay, so we're going to kind of mash our banana. I should have done that maybe at the beginning, but having chunks of banana is still really good in recipes because then when you're eating it, you just get this chunk of yummy banana. So fun. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Just kind of make sure everything gets mixed and mashed. Ooh, we forgot our oats. That'll help. All right, zero the scale. We're going to add 1 ounce of uncooked oats. These are just organic rolled oats, old-fashioned rolled oats. That's my favorite to get. I know they make them gluten-free. If you're gluten-free, you could use grits. You could use, if you are gluten-free or you can't eat wheat, you could use grits. You could use whatever kind of grain you like. Maybe even try shredded wheat. That might be good in it too. Or even you could do like a puff kamut or a puff rice. That would make it huge because you get a lot of that for 1 ounce. Okay, so we're just mixing everything, making sure our banana gets mashed. What is that? Get everything mixed together. We have our egg, our apple, our banana, all our spices. Then, okay, so this is what it should look like. Nice and mixed up. Just like a nice apple pie. This would actually look like a really good oatmeal, but it has raw eggs, so don't eat this. You gotta cook this. You could even make this as a mug cake and cook this in the microwave. I would cook it like 4 minutes or so, put in a big mug. Is there a hair in there? No. Okay. You can't have hair in your food. Alright, so I'm going to, I have my muffin pan here. Muffin pan, muffin tin. Are they both the same thing? I'm not sure. So I'm going to line mine with some cupcake liners. You could oil yours, but for me, easier cleanup. And then you don't have to spray it. You don't have to try to get them out. So I'm guessing this will make, this one made about 3 in the picture, and it was about this size pan. I think it was this same pan. So I'm going to make 6 of them. I like to get the tin foil cupcake liners because they don't stick to your muffins as much as like the paper ones do. Because the paper ones, you're peeling it off, then you're having to like get the muffin off the lining. Unless you guys have a trick. I know they make like parchment paper liners. I haven't been able to find those where I am. So I like to kind of get the tin ones. And they have this lining in it. I'm guessing you take this out because I tried it without. And this lining stuck to like the whole thing of my muffin. So I got to kind of chew on that. It didn't rip off, but it wasn't very fun. I didn't like that. Okay, so we're going to divide this. I'm going to grab my spoon. We're going to divide this mixture into all 6 of these. So just a scoop in each. The apple broccoli should be done pretty soon here. Scoop. You could make these in a donut maker if you have one of those. You could make these in a donut pan if you have one of those too. I don't know if these would make very good cookies because it's a little bit runny with the milk. You could make this just in one like little mini baking pan thing or like a little baking dish. Whatever you have on hand. Oh, I was going to show you one of my baking dishes because I've had a lot of people ask me, what size baking dish do you use? And I'm like, I have no clue. It's just in my cupboard. I found it at a thrift store. I do have a mini springform pan, and that is a 4-inch springform pan, but I'll show you the little baking dish that I use all the time. I got them at thrift stores. I found them at garage sales. They're so easy to find. I'm going to scoop. This one has a little bit more than this one does. All right, and this one has a little bit more than this one does. So here's our spice cups. You want to get all the nice juices in there. Okay. Here's what they should look like. Here's 6 of them. Don't want to tilt it too much. So here they are. Susan, I found the parchment ones on Amazon. Ooh, I'll have to check there because that would be nice because I think those would just, parchment paper is like heaven. It just makes everything peel off. So I have my oven at 350. We are going to cook this for 20 minutes, or you can always increase the time in case your oven cooks a little bit colder or a little bit, every oven is so different. You could top this first with the peanut butter, then cook it, or you can wait until they're done. I'm going to wait until they're done to put the peanut butter on top. But you're going to do a ½ ounce of peanut butter and try to get it as drizzly as you can. So I'm going to put these in the oven for 20 minutes. Ooh, good. Our apple brookies have 1 minute left. So those are almost done. They have 1:30 left. And then I'll show you them. They smell divine. All right, I'll show you the baking dishes that I have. I have a couple different ones. I have these. This one. I have just a couple because I like to bake things a lot. I have a deeper kind, but I think we might have washed them or used them. Let's see. I don't know where those are right now, but are they in here? No. They're somewhere. I have them. Oh, maybe they're underneath here. Okay. I don't know where they are, but I have them. They look like this, but they're a little bit deeper. These are kind of the baking dishes I use. It's a Corningware, and this is 1 3/4 cup, but I have one that's about like that deep, I would say. And that one's kind of nice because the cheesecake fits in this one like perfectly. Where the springform pan, if you don't get the crust really pushed in the corners, it'll sometimes like leak through, and then you lose some of your cheesecake in the oven, and that's not very fun. So I have this pan, then I have this one also. There it is. Okay, let me grab those. And show you what they look like, the apple cookies. Let me put a towel down so I don't burn my countertops. Okay, let me grab those. One at a time. One. Oh, they smell so good. Let's see. Can I do this? Yes. Have them on top of each other. Okay. So let me show you. They're very hot. This is what they look like out of the oven. Let me get the color right. Come on, camera, focus. Do I go this way? There we go. So you can kind of see. So there's the apple mixture, and then the outside is like the brownies, and it's nice. It's pretty soft. So I refrigerated this overnight because I made it the night before, and then I was going to have it for breakfast. So I think that helps with like getting it really fudgy. But if you would have it now, it might be a little bit more cakey, kind of like before we ate this way, no sugar, no flour. We would make brownies, and then they're almost better like the next day because they get like that ooey gooey. I don't know why. So I refrigerated these overnight. So I would recommend doing that also. Fern, how do you get the peanut butter drizzly? I got the pans at Aldi today for the mud cake. Yay, you got the pans. So the peanut butter I get has like an oil separation at the top. Can you see that where it's kind of separated and it's just kind of like oily and runny? If you use that, but you just mix the top just a little bit, it gets it nice and drizzly, but then the bottom does get like hard and crunchy. But then what you can do is you can measure, just take like a bowl, and then you measure your peanut butter in there. Then I have like a hot and cold water cooler. So then I do just a splash of hot water, and you mix that until it's completely smooth. Because if you add more water before it's completely smooth, then it's still like chunky and it will never mix and it's just nasty. I know that because I did it the hard way. So you would mix that until it's completely smooth. Then you can add another splash of water, mix that, another splash, and mix that until you get it the nice and drizzly consistency. And then you just drizzle it right on top. That's how I do mine. I know some people have microwaved their peanut butter, but for me that doesn't get it drizzly enough. I like it really like drizzle on top right there. So that's the apple brookies. So then here's another pan I have. I like to use this pan when I make like bar type things. So I would probably make the apple brookies If I was going to make them in one, I was going to make them in this because it's a little bit wider. It doesn't say the size. What is that? 6 inches. So it's about 5 by 5, I would say, of a little baking dish. I don't even know where I found these. I probably got them at a thrift store or something. You could maybe find these on like Amazon. Then I found this one. This one doesn't have one either. But this is kind of nice for like if I'm going to make the chickpea pizza and I don't want to roll it out on a pan and then get it off the pan and then line it with parchment paper. I'll just press it into this because it's nice and flat. Put my toppings on, bake it. So this is kind of a nice pan too. Then I have this clear one. This is a 12-ounce little casserole dish. It's just clear. This fits like, you could probably do the apple spice cups in this. My pear spice, I think Marcy just made that and posted it on the recipe page. She just made hers, and the picture that it's made from is in one of these. This is what I cooked it in. So that's kind of fun. So I was going to show you. Okay, so we have that cooking. I'm going to put these over here. Okay, so I'll let you in on the surprise. And it just happened so that today is the day that it's finished. I put together, you had suggested it, and I really, really, really like hearing all your suggestions. I do them. When you guys suggest things, I'm like, I can make that work. What is the name of the first recipe? It's called Apple Brookies. It's not in a cookbook yet, but it was so good I had to let you in on the recipe. This is what they turn out to be. So this you would side with, let's see, what do we have here? We have all our protein, all of our fruit, and you could, so for breakfast, you would side this with a grain. So you could do a grain on top. You could make like an oatmeal and put these on top of the oatmeal, or whatever grain you like to have. Or for lunch, you would side this with a fat, 6 ounces vegetables, and then that's your full lunch with these. So you get to eat all 4 of these plus that. That's kind of fun. You could put like a dollop of cream cheese, an ounce of cream cheese on top for your fat, or you could do 2 ounces ricotta cheese, or have your fat with your vegetables. So that's the Apple Brookies. So, surprise, you guys suggested that I should make a holiday volume, so I did. And it just so happens it finished the publishing process today. Susan, how wide is the white dish you use for pizza? Okay, so they say like this is 6 inches. So I would say it's about 5 inches. 5 by 5, I would say. 5 by 5, would you think that's about 5 by 5? It's about a 5 by 5. So, can you please post the apple brookie recipe? Yes, I will post that by tonight. So, the holiday edition, it's here. Well, it's not here. It's in pre-order, but it just finished the publishing process today. So you can either pre-order from my website, weightlossrecipescookbook.com, or you can order it right now on barnesandnoble.com. I will have the ebook on my website. The ebook is actually small enough that it is able to send, unlike my Cooking with Joy. That's too big. I can't offer that as an ebook. But the holiday volume is available. Yay for holiday cookbook! Yay! You guys are so cute. All right, so I'll show you the cover. Kelly designed it, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So it's not just for Christmas or Thanksgiving. It's for like all the holidays. I went through every single one of my cookbooks, volumes 1 through 8. So this is the first like special edition, because I have my special editions, the Cooking with Joy, the Simply Delicious, the Whole Food Plant-Based. Yay, holiday cookbook! Yippee, hooray! Yay! So this is the first one that actually goes through volumes 1 through 8, and I picked all the recipes. My other volumes only go through 1 through 5, and then Simply Delicious is 1 through 6. So this is the first one that's 1 through 8. It's so pretty. Kelly designed this. Isn't it gorgeous? You can see it like up close and personal on my website, weightlossrecipescookbook.com, in case you don't know. This is what it looks like. These are the foods that are in there. So this is a waffle. I'm not sure. This is the vegetable soup. Isn't that gorgeous? These are baked apples, and then this is orange spice oatmeal and with pecans on it. Oh, so yummy. I was just going through the recipes and I'm like drooling. So all the holiday recipes from my volumes 1 through 8, anything that was like, I have the carrot cake in there. I have like sweet potato recipes. I have all different kinds. Letters are backwards. Yeah, because the phone like mirrors it, so it's backwards. Susan, don't fall off your bike if you're biking and it's backwards. So I'll show you the inside. So the letters will be backwards. So it's going to be the size. It's not going to be this size cookbook. It's going to be this size cookbook. That's why it has the 4 pictures. So it's going to be like the big one, but it's 150 pages, 140 pages, something like that. So it'll be like this thick. So it'll be like this thick. So it's still a decent sized cookbook, but I just thought it would be easier than trying to get, because it's over 100 recipes. So just think of that in one of the small cookbooks. That would kind of be hard to find everything. So, okay, I'll show you the inside. Let me get my mouse. So here's the front. Here's the recipe index. Look at all those. Every holiday recipe. And I have like a bunch of spices and all this stuff. Here's breakfast, apple crisp, orange pumpkin pie, overnight pumpkin pie oatmeal, pumpkin pancakes, toasted apple crisp. Oh, I think I just drew on my computer. Oh, here's what we made today. That's in the holiday edition. Susan just bought it off of Barnes & Noble. Oh my gosh, you're so fun. Oh, Sunny, love that shirt. Thank you. This is the Operation Underground Railroad, and September is not over yet. So even if you pre-order this cookbook on my website, it will be added to the 10% of all my cookbook sales that will be donated to Operation Underground Railroad, and they are helping save kids from human sex trafficking. They're saving them all around the world. These are like people from the military, the CIA, and like the FBI. They quit their jobs because they were limited there because the government, they have to go through all these hoops. They left their jobs, started their own company so they could really get in there and save these kids. And if you follow them like on Facebook or Instagram, they update all the time. We just saved this kid. We just saved this kid. They just saved a young girl in Africa. Or they couldn't say where because they tried to protect these kids. And now she's in their aftercare program where they help these kids heal and get the right aftercare. So I'll be donating to them 10% of all my ebook sales, all my book sales from my website and Facebook store. So anytime you order off of there or pre-order, 10% is going to be going to them at the end of this month. So that's really exciting. I'm so excited to get you guys involved, get involved. So this is my t-shirt that I bought from them. I have another one. I'll have to show you guys that one later. All right, so let's get to some lunch recipes. Oh, here's the little clear baking dish that I use. It bakes it like one thing is perfectly. Amy, where can I get this t-shirt? You can find this t-shirt at OperationUndergroundRailroad.com, or you just kind of search that Operation Underground Railroad or OUR. I'm not really sure what their website's called. Is it on here? It's either Operation Underground Railroad or OUR.com, and you can find their like t-shirt shop on there, and they have tons of stuff. They got like hoodies, and they're all pretty decent priced. I got this bracelet. It says break the chain. Oh, OURrescue.org. That's their website. Oh no, I would have ordered from your store. No, that's okay, Susan. That is okay. You can order, because if you order from Barnes & Noble, you're probably going to get it a little bit faster than ordering from my store, because I have to wait for the shipment to come to me now, where they're having some printing delays for like people who publish their books on there. So there might be a little bit of delays, but if you order from Barnes & Noble, you'd get it right now. So, I mean, there's pros and cons to both. So we'll keep going. Delicious. Yeah, there's just a bunch of recipes. Here's lunch. I inspire you because this one is called Oh, the Holidays Are. Def ordering the holiday cookbook by September 30th. Yes, get in there on this sale or on this special edition of Saving Our Kids. We got pumpkin pie, pumpkin patches, apple squash soup. I got lots of soup recipes, carrot ginger apple soup, chickpea tiramisu. I even have an eggnog recipe in there. Now, I know blended fruit, but if not triggering, try it. It counts as your food, so it's not like, can we donate to the cause directly? Yes, you absolutely can. You can go to, what's the website? Gotta turn my bracelet around. OURrescue.org, and you can donate to them directly. You can get their t-shirts, you can get their merch, you can do all that stuff. Kelly, I'm sure you can. Kelly's in the other room watching. So I have traditional eggnog, tempered eggnog. I personally like the traditional one better than the tempered. But, so this one has raw egg in it. So if you're kind of like, ooh, raw egg. But if you really think about eggnog, like traditional eggnog, they don't cook the egg. And I heard that raw eggs, you can be like Rocky Balboa, especially you, Susan, on your bike right now. You could be having eggnog for lunch, getting that raw egg, getting that extra protein on your bike. So it tasted really good though. Then there's the tempered eggnog where you kind of cook the egg just a little bit. So everything's a little different. Here's a balsamic toasted maple bacon salad. That's a mouthful. We got all these yummy, then we go on, let's keep going, we'll get to dinner. Oh, here's dinner. But I want a slice too. That's what this inspiration, uplifting you. Here's the vegetable soup. Some more things, sloppy joe, turkey chowder. Chili, remember we made the chili recipe? That's in here too. Sneaky chickpea soup. Then we have sauces, seasonings, and sides. Why can't I be normal and not weigh my food? That was fun. Here's an apple banana rhubarb chia jam. That's kind of one of the jam recipes. Eggnog, whipped cream, that counts as your fat. Roasted pears. Here's the chia apple jam. So here, screenshot this recipe. All the words are backwards though. So it's pretty much cook 10 minutes. And it doesn't really matter how much apples you put in there because I had a big old pot. Just maybe cook it a little longer till it gets all nice and broken down. Cranberry sauce, because Christmas and Thanksgiving cranberry. I have an updated picture. Then all that. Yeah, so the holiday cookbook, over 100 recipes that will be like a holiday in your mouth, and it'll help you get through the holidays. So you can still kind of feel included with your family as they're having like pumpkin pie, or they're having like for Easter, they're going to have like carrot cake stuff. Make your own. Then you'll feel included. You won't feel so outcast, and you get to eat the whole pie for lunch. In one of the recipes, the pumpkin pie, you get to eat that whole pie for lunch. That is so fun. Where everybody else just gets a slice and then they feel guilty afterwards, you can eat the whole thing and have no guilt at all and be like, yeah, I get to eat this and lose weight. They'll probably want it too, but then don't let them snitch from your food. Bring on the holidays. Yes, now you have some tools to get through it. I know we started October 10th, so it was like right before every single one of the holidays. And Thanksgiving came up, and I'm like, what do I do with these? I can't eat all the foods. We can't do the whole smorgasbord of Thanksgiving foods. What do I do? I feel so left out. I didn't know how to celebrate. So the boys went out to eat, and us girls kind of just made our sugar-free, flour-free, random meal. I don't even know what we had. It was probably like baked chicken. By then, we didn't really know what we were doing, so we probably had just like baked chicken and steamed veggies. Yeah, it's good. I mean, Amy, bring on the holidays. Laura, okay, just ordered the holiday book on Barnes & Noble. Yay! So fun! It's so fun, you guys. You are all so fun. No BLTs, but I had a smidge yummy fudge like bean brownies. Oh, you cooked it too? You're so fast. Huh? Yes, they're like, and then when you refrigerate them overnight, they get like fudgy and like delicious. So I like to like cook them because this is whole food, plant-based, vegan, because there is absolutely no dairy, no eggs, there is a little oil, but you could, if you're whole food, plant-based, I know you don't do oil, but you could just line your little pan or just kind of pray for the best and hope it comes out. But yeah, this is just, they're nice and cool now so I can hold them. So I'm going to refrigerate this overnight. Can you see that? I want the lighting to be a little better. There they are. That's what it looks like. So yummy. yeah, it's kind of hard not to just like take a bite, but I'm not going to. So these are very fun. So I'm going to have those for lunch tomorrow. But yeah, the holiday volume. It's so fun. It's here. And that just finished publishing today. Let's see. We got 41 seconds for our apple spice cups. Uh-oh. Our Instagram live ended, but that's okay. They'll just have to catch up later on the website because we're pretty much done with our recipes. I'm going to go grab that out of the oven, and then I'll show you, and then we'll top it with our peanut butter, and then that'll be it for today. What recipe should we make next week? Comment below, share this video with your friends so they can be like, hey, this food's really good. After, I'll tell you right now. So last night, Kelly was going to make one of my recipes, and it's this mango bake. It's coming in a recipe cookbook soon. Maybe we'll have to make that next week. Anyways, it's so good. She was so nice, and she made the boys some. I think I posted a picture of the recipe on my Instagram. Let me grab these. See if they're done. I think they're done. Maybe just a minute or two longer. We'll put them on 3 more minutes, and I'll tell you the story. So she had made this recipe, and then she made it for the guys in my house. They don't do no sugar, no flour. They just they'll eat whatever we make them, and we'll make them like tortillas, or they'll have all that kind of food. Anyways, so she had made them some, and my brother's like, oh my gosh, it's so good. So last night, it was like 10 at night, Kelly's like, oh, I'm going to make breakfast for tomorrow because it's almost better in the fridge overnight. So John's like, oh, I want one. Kelly's like, come on, you can come make your own. And he like doesn't like to cook like at all. He'll just put the easiest things together because he got things to do. He's a working guy. But he was like, that recipe was so good. So he came up and was making it himself. He was literally dancing as he's making this food because he liked it so much. He was weighing things on the scale all by himself. I'm telling you, he just came in the room. He was. I even took video. I was laughing so hard I was crying. So I might have to get it approved by him and just share it with you guys because it was so funny. I took pictures. He would let me post that on. So I'll have to do that. It was so funny that he even liked these recipes. So you might make these holidays recipes. Make them for the family too. They'll like it. They won't even notice that there's no sugar or no flour in there. Make them like the apple spice cups. Make them some of this. It's so fun. You never know what they're going to like. I've made the boys some soups and things that are from my cookbooks. They really liked it. And how easy. I've done it where I make them things and then I don't really weigh it. I just kind of eyeball it because they don't do the portions and stuff. So I'll be like, it's 1 banana. It's about a pinch of this or a tish of that or whatever. And they loved it. So try it. I mean, it's easy to bake for the whole family. Then weigh your own. Then you can kind of feel included. What did Kelly make? She made, okay, I'll let you in on this. It was a mango bake. So it's like bananas and mango and oats and all this stuff. And then you top it with plain. I got one in the fridge. She made one for my dad too. But she made them a double batch. So this is just plain Greek yogurt. I know it sounds disgusting that it's just plain Greek yogurt on top. John, oh, okay. My brother made this one. He's in the other room and he's like, I made this. I did it. And I was laughing. So John made this. This is his proud little baby that he made. Oh, Kelly helped. She told him how to make it. So this is what it looks like. And he measured everything according to the portion sizes and everything. Pat, my husband loved the chicken pot pie soup. Yay! That is like the biggest compliment when somebody who doesn't eat sugar and flour free, that you make them something and they think it's delicious because their taste buds are like almost kind of like ruined from sugar and flour. I know mine were ruined, that stuff like didn't taste good. I didn't like vegetables. Now everything tastes good. But here's what this looks like. It's a mango bake. There's like chunks of mango in there because I get frozen mango. And then it's just plain Greek yogurt on top. But when you refrigerate it overnight, it like soaks in and gets really yummy. So maybe we'll have to make that next week because I have a plethora of recipes I got to get in Cookbook. So this probably, I don't think this is in volume 9. It might be in volume 10. I'm working on volume 9 right now. So there's more recipes coming all the time. I am a variety, would you say junkie, where I like to like do variety. I make so many different things all the time. Yesterday I made a French onion soup. That was fun. I felt like a chef. I even bought $5 cheese to go on top because my friend Candace Nelson, she wrote Brilliant Brain Cookbook, which is amazing. You guys got to get that cookbook too. She introduced me to brie cheese, which is fancy cheese, and then I saw a recipe for Gruyere, I don't even know how to pronounce it, cheese that you put on top of this French onion soup. It was like $5, but it was worth it. It was really good. Okay, our apple cups, they are done. Let me get them out and show you. Oh yeah, that looks better. They were a little bit like bubbly on top. I'll show you the toothpick method. Remove these because this is hot. Place that there. Alright, so I'll show you the toothpick method. If you've never cooked before and you're like, toothpick comes out clean, what does that mean? Can we make that next week, please? Yes, we can. Kathy, yes, I love mango. Do that one next week. Okay. You suggested it. We're going to make it. We're going to make a mango bake because it's so yummy. And then I'm going to have to fight these guys. Kelly, yes to mango bake. I'm going to have to fight them. Be like, this is my breakfast. Or I'll share. Maybe I'll make a big one. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see what we're going to do. All right. So toothpick method. Take a toothpick. Just poke it in the center. Look. It's clean. Then you know it's done. Or you can kind of do the poke method where it does not feel smooshy mushy in the middle. It should not feel smooshy. The cheese could be pronounced Gruyere. Okay. Gruyere. I'm still probably totally mispronouncing that. But that is really cool. It was like $5 cheese. But it was worth it. You know, sometimes you gotta splurge. So this is what they look like cooked. Can you see that nice? Alright, so now I'm going to top this with half an ounce of peanut butter. So I'm going to take this. We're going to put this pan right on the scale. I do this all the time, especially with hot stuff. Somebody's honking. Oh, it's a school bus. So I'm going to take my little hot pad and just put it on my scale. Turn my scale on because it does not like too heavy stuff. Then we're going to just put this, make room. Can you ever have enough counter space? I don't think so. Patty. Hard G. Gruyere. How about that? Gruyere. I looked at it and I'm like, Gruyere. Can you tell that I've never had fancy cheese before? Anyways, so I'm going to move this back just a little bit more. Don't want to burn myself. Okay, zero the scale. So now I'm going to take my peanut butter, but I need a clean fork because it's going in the whole jar. I don't want to contaminate the whole jar. So my peanut butter is separated. It's brand new. I just opened it. You guys saw that. So the oily top makes it nice and drizzly. But you could do the hot water method. Splash of hot water, mix. Can you cook them in a mug and microwave them? Yes, you absolutely could. I would put them in a mug and then bake them or microwave them about 4 minutes. Depending on your microwave. Every microwave is so different. My microwave cooks stuff pretty hot, where the microwave at my church, you gotta like put it like 5 minutes to even warm up just a cup of coffee. So every microwave is so different. So if you do the poke method, just kind of poke it with your finger, and if the inside feels like ooey gooey, microwave another minute. Then, if it still feels ooey gooey, microwave another minute, or 30 seconds or so, whatever your microwave does. And if you still think, oh, it's just not getting that center cooked, dump it out, like take a knife, score around the mug cake in your mug, tip it on a plate, and then you can really see if the bottom's done. If it's still not done, microwave it another minute out of the cup, because that'll really get the bottom and inside nice. Pronounced, you guys are so fun. You're just, okay, Gruyere. Did I get it right? Gruyere cheese. It made me go, yay. All right, so we want to do half an ounce total on all of this, because that'll finish off our protein breakfast tomorrow. So just start like, ooh, look at that drizzle. I'll show you when I'm done. There's something about opening a new thing of peanut butter and then just the drizzle is just so beautiful. Oh. It's going to be hard to wait till breakfast, but I can do it. Just going to put it in the fridge away in a container and not think about it till tomorrow. But then it's something fun. You get to look forward to it. And I won't have to make anything now because it's so fun. Okay, we're at 0.2. We want 0.5, which is good because I got 2 left. Just kind of drizzle it on. Now again, you could drizzle it on before you bake it because baked peanut butter is really good too. Or skip the peanut butter. Do 2 ounces Greek yogurt on top. That would be yummy too. If like peanut butter is a trigger, I know peanut butter is a trigger to some, which is fine. I mean, everybody is so different. It's something that is really amazing how different things trigger different people. Okay, so now I'll show you what it looks like with the drizzle. Let's see if I can get them out on a plate. We're going to put these on a plate for you. Goal is not to burn myself. Ha! Didn't burn myself. This could be my new thing. Every time I'm happy, I'm going to go, Gruyere! What was it? Yeah, Gruyere! That'll be my new hoorah. Okay. Get these out on a plate. Ooh, that one was hot. This made 6 cupcakes. Okay, if I touch this. Okay, not hot. Ooh, a little hot. This is what oh, I can't get it. Oh, if I dump these on the floor, that would be very sad. This is what they look like. Okay, let me put you back up. Okay, I'm gonna put this hot pad on and pick one up. I gotta show you how they look proper. This is what they look like. Drizzly, ooh, you can even see the drizzly peanut butter drizzling down. These are so fun. You could even do like your apple chunks a little bit bigger if you want it pretty chunky, but it's like fall in a little muffin right there. It's so fun. Have a nice big cup of coffee with it in the morning. Oh, so perfect. Well, that was so fun cooking with you guys. Next week, we're going to make a mango bake. Should we make something else with it? While that's cooking in the oven, we could be cooking something else. Ooh, which ones are those? I stepped away. These were the apple spice cups. All right, I'll show you again, Susan. She was probably still biking on her bike. She was going down the hill, biking up Mount Everest. Here's what they look like. These are the apple spice cups from my Volume 2 cookbook, page 27. And it's in my Cooking with Joy. Don't know what page. You guys are always so good. You know what pages things are on. Sweetie, Gruyere. She gave me a thumbs up, so I must have got it right. So we have our apple brookies. You get to eat all 4 of these. And more. You get to, for breakfast, you get to have a grain. That's it for your breakfast. You just get a grain. And then if you want to have these for lunch, since I didn't put a grain on top, you could have put oats on top and then baked it. I would get 6 ounces vegetables. Unless you do 10 and 10, then you would get 10 ounces vegetables. But I do the 6 and 14. I like my dinners big. I would get 6 ounces vegetables and a fat. So I might just put my fat on my vegetables or put a fat on these too. These would be good like with ricotta cheese or with cream cheese if you're not triggered by cream cheese. Or have something else on top. Half an ounce of peanut butter on top. That would be yummy too. And I'm going to refrigerate these overnight so they get extra like fudgy, ooey gooey also. Marcy, both look delicious. Thanks for sharing these recipes. Well, thanks for watching, Marcy. It's so fun having you guys here. You guys are my friends. And it's so fun having other people who like food as much as I do cooking with me in the kitchen. So fun. So, check out the new holiday volume. It's here. I kind of want to go, it's the holiday season because it's the holiday volume. And check out brand new volume 8. I know, just new things this month. Oh, coming out of everywhere. I just finished this one, and then you guys are like, oh, you should do a holiday volume. I'm like, yes, we're going to do both. Get them both in the same month at the same time. And this month, I'm donating 10% of all book sales to Operation Underground Railroad to help save kids from sex trafficking. Is the cookbook available as an ebook now? I haven't posted it yet. I'll probably have that posted as an ebook tonight or this afternoon, depending, because I have a Bible study at 6:30, live Bible study. I'll be teaching it, actually. So if you guys want to tune into the Bible study, head over to my personal Facebook page. My name is Natalie Aul, A-U-L, bottom of my cookbook, and join me for Bible study. I'm going to be talking about unity and diversity and relationships and all that kind of stuff. It'll be really fun. We sing a song at the beginning. My family, we are our church band. So I play keyboard and drums. My mom plays keyboard. My sister plays keyboard. She plays more classical keyboard. My brother plays guitar. My dad plays the bass. And we just have a really fun time. We talk to you guys on live. We answer your questions. We just kind of, it's nice. It's actually in my back porch, because Thursdays and Fridays we do online live. So that's kind of fun. So join me tonight. We start at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Kathy, you're making me want to listen to Christmas music. I know, I've been singing like Christmas music all day. It's my favorite time of year. It's the most wonderful time of the year, this fall. Kelly, it's going to be awesome. Pat, you are awesome. Oh my goodness, you guys are so sweet. What recipe volumes were used for the Simply Delicious? Simply Delicious is volumes 1 through 6. I picked out just special volumes that are like easy, good starting recipes that are easy to make. Let me show you. Also, if you want to tune in live to Bible study, you can go to Love of God Family Church on Facebook. It's like a black and white page, and it's got like a heart, and it's a book. We'll also have the live on there. I also share it myself and do like a watch party so I can see your comments. I know some of you have joined me. It's so fun. So the Simply Delicious has recipes from volumes 1 through 6. So like the banana berry chia overnight oats, that's from volume 6. Just like a couple of the recipes are from volume 6 and volume 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I picked out just really easy ones that are easy to put together, that'll make just 14 days of really getting solid foundations of eating this way. Because I think like the first 2 weeks, they say it takes 21 days to break and make a habit. So if you do this twice, that's 28 days. So you could go through this twice, mix and match the recipes, just to kind of get you solid, get these cravings, get these habits solid. And then like weighing your food just kind of becomes second nature. Just kind of knowing what things are. I've been doing this for 700 and some days, and I still have things that I'm learning. So it's a learning journey, but it's very fun. So this is very fun. I will have the ebook posted on my website by tonight sometime, for sure, before tomorrow. I'll also post the apple brookie recipe. I'll post it as a Pinterest post, and then I'll share it on Facebook. I'll share it on the recipe page. I'll share it on my Instagram. I'll share it on my website. And then you can find this live video again to watch it again and again and again, in case you want some more tips and stuff, or you missed something, on my Facebook page, my Instagram page, and my website, weightlossrecipescookbook.com. All right, it was so fun. It's so hard to leave because I just love cooking with all my friends. All right, Susan, I hope you got your good workout. You got a good cookbook cooking lesson. You got to cook with me. And your holiday cookbook is on the way. Over 100 recipes for the holidays. They're going to get you through guilt-free and losing. Who loses weight over the holidays, right? That's like impossible. But you're going to be that impossible because you're going to stick to it. You're going to say no to that icky thing of pumpkin pie that's from the store that usually is dry or it's like too sweet and it's nasty anyways. But it lies to you and it says, oh, it's going to be yummy, but it's not. And you get to have your whole thing of pumpkin pie because it's so good. You can also find that recipe in my Volume 2 cookbook. I think it's in that one. All right. I'll let you go and I'll see you next week. We're going to make a mango cake and something else. So it'll be fun. Or maybe just a mango cake. I did 10 miles. Holy cannoli. That's a long ways. And it flew by because I was watching you. Aw, you're so sweet. And woohoo, go Susan. You got 10 miles in. It's more than I did. I'm sweating right now because I just get so excited. And cooking in the kitchen makes you hot. But 10 miles? Bravo, bravo. You're rocking it, girl. All right. I love you guys. Thanks for cooking with me, and I'll see you next week. All right. With joy, Natalie.